This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Definition. Adolescence is defined as a transitional stage of development that falls between puberty and adulthood. It is characterized by physical and mental growth, and it begins and ends with the teenage stage, which is the age between 13 years and 19 years. However, its definition may vary between countries as the definition of an adult differs. Psychologically, it is characterized by cognitive, attitudinal, emotional, and physical changes. This paper seeks to explore the concept of adolescence as a construct of society by investigating both historical definitions of adolescence and its modern definition as it has been coined by society. History. The term adolescence was rarely used before the 18th century, and before that, the rough divisions in human ages were defined as childhood, youth, and old age. However, the term has been used in many societies to describe the age before a person takes adult roles, like having a family and supporting the family financially. It also describes the age when a person can own property. Socially, an adolescent is still a child and is a person who is still under his or her parents' care or control. Adolescence as a construct of society. Historically, there has been a strong link between this stage of human development and the concept of delinquency, transgression, and punishment. Williams and Thurlow states this is the impatience of youth as individuals exhibit conflict since they are regarded as children by society, but they believe they should be treated as adults. Throughout history, especially around the 18th and 19th centuries, adolescence emerged as a social construct to define this age that is seen as problematic in society, often characterized by unruly behavior and mob psychology. This has been perceived as a violent threat to life, property, and political stability. The rise of the construct was further fueled by the rise of the factory age in Europe, which was characterized by this section of society being integrated into the work setting, which created young adults out of them. This led to the emergence of a rebellious generation as it did not conform to the previous societal norms. The young ladies became mothers due to the exposure to the decayed morals of factory workers. On the other hand, the young boys banded together to form mobs with radical political motives and were often used to further the workers' trade unionism, mainly through violence. However, there was a solution to this in the form of universal schooling that dictated that these young people were to spend their daylight hours under the supervision of a substitute father. This was because the adults were expected to take up these previously teenage jobs, and there was the need to have someone who could instill discipline into these rebellious individuals. Other developments, such as the Boy Scouts, probation services, and social work departments, were established to avert this perceived social menace of adolescence. As a social construct of society, adolescence is viewed as the object of fear and anxiety by the rest of society's members. It is seen as a period of irresponsibility where the young feel free as adults but is not tied to any adult roles in their society. This makes adults perceive them as being dangerous but enviable. They are like a screen that adults often use to project their fantasies since they are past the carefree age that is adolescence. In this context, it is considered an age characterized by moodiness, rebellion, socializing only with their own, impenetrable language, and individualistic behavior. In recent times, this behavior has acquired the name youth culture. Society's view of adolescence as a troubled age may not be accurate as it is influenced by those who stand out in society as exhibiting this perceived rebelliousness. As psychological studies have shown, only a few individuals in this age exhibit these characteristics. Studies also show that while the entire society of adolescents may be viewed as being rebellious when it comes to analyzing them individually in a family setting, people are not suspicious of them. This indicates that society has a preconditioned negative expectation of adolescents, which further affects how they are perceived. The negative preperceptions by society can further affect a person's behavior as they create labels that may affect personal behavior. However, modern societies are redefining the roles of adolescents and, in the process, changing society's approach toward these individuals. In modern societies, the roles of adolescents are not only defined by the school system, as individuals are becoming more aware of their environment and the society they live in. This has given modern adolescents choices, as they seem to have more control and responsibility for their destiny, unlike in pre-modern societies where the school system and societal demands were definite in an individual's life. Primary groups, for instance, families, are losing control over the individual as the traditional societal scope is becoming boundless, and individuals are being influenced by external forces and catalyzed by the development of new technologies. This is more evident where the traditional parent would influence the child's career, as he or she would end up in the same practice as the parent, but now the adolescents have had to take control over their lives and are forging their own paths in life. This would have been rationally branded rebellious behavior, but in the modern era, it is highly encouraged by society. Did you like this Adolescence as a Social Construct sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.